Alright guys, so we are back for another Should You Guys Summon. So they are not holding back on us. So we just got done with the Unicorn Banner and they decided to give us Bound Doc this early. So as unfortunate as it is, I think Bound Dog is another fairly good unit to be looking at. I don't obviously have it. I don't have it at JP, so it's pretty much impossible for me to kind of judge how good this unit is. But when we are taking a look at the overall kits, I am actually stunned by how good this unit is. So I think this is another unit that is supposed to be released a little bit later down in the release schedule, but they wanted to push this ahead. I don't know why. There's still a lot of units that they can release prior to this one, but they're like, nope, let's just get this one out of the way so they can make a summon. Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. So, first of all, this is a yellow generic, so does that ring a bell? Well, we do have the purple, or not the purple one, the yellow Sasabi. So, this unit could and maybe in contention with the yellow Sasabi. I wouldn't know if which one of them is better, but just at a glance, I want to say the yellow Sasabi may still pull a little bit ahead depending on the content. There's obviously a lot of content for this game, but I think the yellow Sasabi is still better because it does have the healing. So the healing factor, depending on how you look at things, could be pretty good. So that's just kind of how I'm looking at it. The overall stat, I don't really typically care too much about that, so we'll definitely skip that. Alright, EXQ, we have the Arm Claw at EXQ level 5, so you're doing 578 damage and then stun for 8 seconds. Okay, or not stun, excuse me, an avoidable status. And to soak to 25 seconds, wow. That is actually pretty generous, 25 seconds. Because normally we see like, somewhere around like 20 seconds and that's it. But that you are increasing range damage and proximity damage. So to both just shooting damage and melee damage. So okay, 50%. That's actually huge. Why don't they just do like a increased damage by 50%? That will cover both range and proximity. Don't know. I'm not really gonna judge how they're making that. Okay, skill 1. We have every utility that you need. We have increased HP by 48%, damage reduction by 48, and increased evasion by 48 as well. Wow. Yep, this is definitely pretty good. So the yellow Sasabi also have this one. Does not have increased evasion or damage reduction, but it does have the healing on contrast. But that's pretty good just to set the baseline of things. Yeah, I mean, like, no matter how you look at things, Bound Dog is definitely a pretty good unit. Definitely ahead of our time, but let's take a look at skill 2. We have unlocked the Arm Claw. Oh wow, damage cap increase obviously. And on dealing damage for 20 seconds, increased range damage by 11%, stacking up to 6 times. So this one is up to 66%. And how is the hit rate looking at? Okay, it's a range proximity layout. Could this be another same situation as the yellow Sasabi as well? Huh. Okay, interesting. I mean, assuming you can get all those hit in like within 20 seconds, this right here looks pretty good, yeah. So you can easily stack 66% damage, or range damage, so okay. Interesting. And on dealing damage for 20 seconds, increase third weapon projectile damage as well. So this is simply to the melee weapon to that right there. I mean, I don't know how the attack pattern works, but if it goes from 1, 2, 3, then by the time you attack with the arm claw, you should have already stacked that up to what? That's like a good 144% or somewhere around there. Dude, that's hot. Dude, that seems to be hitting pretty hard then. Wow. but that's only one hit. All right, that's one hit. So if for whatever reason you whip your shot, you're not getting that. You pretty much saying goodbye to this. So it's definitely a high risk, high reward, I guess, in a way. Oh, whoa. And increase damage to enemy with an avoidable status. Wow. Okay. Interesting. So for the first 6 seconds, like the initial time you pop EX skill should be good, but I don't know how fast the EX skill reload rate is. So this unit is definitely good with pairing up with like the O, Hagashiki, or any other units that can apply the unavoidable status. Like even like what was it, Obrion does it as well. So this unit could actually pop off in like arena specifically because you can easily get the unavoidable status now that we have the kind of like the tank plus the gang setup. You can easily just apply the unavoidable status to like the armored unit, and you have all of these. So 66%, another 99. So yeah, you're easily overcapping. Like you're easily doing a lot of damage with this unit. My gosh. But then again, like the hit count, the attack count for a lot of these they aren't the highest. So if you're not landing your hit, you're kind of done. Increased accuracy, so that's good. At least you do have a base 25%. So pretty much standard stuff. So okay. Pretty nice. Sure. I mean, like just looking at it on paper, do I think it's like worth getting it? I mean, it's good, but then again, arena is not the only content, and given the amount of options that we have already, I think you can skip it. But if you guys do not have Sasabi, then I mean, like this one is probably second to none. Like I would definitely pick up a copy of that, like sure. And then we have Jerid. All right, let's see what he's rocking with. Wow, a lot, crazy. Okay, this one is only for the first 30 seconds, but it's good. You are getting now up to, what is it, 68% evasion. That's good. You're stacking range sense 112. Okay. Rival units for the first 30 seconds 77%. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, like this with Baund Doc and Jerid, you are doing a lot. All right. Like especially for the first 30 seconds, you should be hitting like a truck. Okay. Black mobile suits on dealing damage, melee sense, 2 of them. Wow, that's 240. Holy cow. Okay. And then increase accuracy, so now you're up to 45 base. Okay, and then another range sense. So Jerid is providing up to 240 to both melee and range. Wow. I mean, it's good right now because like take a look at all of these rival units, black mobile suit, heavy armor, transforming units, high mobility, and titans affiliated. Like all of these categories are mixed bags. Like they're not the most common where you can just misfit it into like a different units. Like you have to be really how would I say, you really have to find a unit that fits a lot of these. Like there's just not a lot. Yeah, a lot of these are just like I would say occasionally you find a lot of them. Like I assume like future forward it could be better once you get more unit from like Double Zeta or unit from like Zeta. It could be better, but I think for the time being, Jerid is just gonna be like a trophy in a box. Like if you don't have Baund Doc, like you can't really use Jerid like that. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Yeah, I mean, we do have like good options of Zeta series units and Double Zeta, not really. But to actually fulfill all of these, like, I mean, like that's asking too much. But it's good. I mean, Jerid's good. Like specifically for Baund Doc, like you're cooking definitely. But I mean, if you guys do have some spare diamonds from summoning on Unicorn, my beam I guess and summon for Baund Doc is good. I mean, like it's not gonna be bad like for other content wise. I think for some of the harder content moving forward, I think Bound Doc is definitely going to be really exceptional. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. Increased HP is always going to be good. Like the skill one, having these three utility, like this unit is solid, rock solid. Like that's kind of how I'm seeing it. But if you guys are drained, like I know a lot of people are, like, man, they really had us again. Like 3 weeks, 4 weeks in a row, they just been releasing nonstop like good, like really good units. Like I wouldn't consider these two like the most top notch, but they're definitely up there. But this one, yeah, they definitely know what they're doing. So I do expect next week. I don't know if next week is going to be like a cooldown week where it's not going to be that great. But if they are continuing the trend, like we're done. they are they're they're not sparing us any diamonds. That's kind of how I'm seeing. But other than that, that's gonna it for me, and I'll be catching you guys all on the next one.